What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Rambler Garage. We're picking up today and we're going to be working on Rambler. I have a few things that I want to do on the car. I got a few fun things behind us that I've been looking forward to doing for a while. I need to make a kickdown, I need to replace spark plugs, and we're going to make some spark plug wires, and I think I wanted to put a brake light switch in it too. So those four things are maybe going to get done today. I'm for sure going to start with the spark plugs and the wires because those are pretty easy. They're just going to take some time, and then we'll go from there and see how far we get. So let's go over to the truck here. Let's take a look at what we have and figure out how we're going to set up these spark plugs and the wires. All right, guys. So we got a little bit of a setup here. I got the MSD StreetFire spark plug wires. I've wanted to make a custom set of spark plug wires for a while because we look at the car, and we will here in a bit. All of the wires are loose. They're like the universal fitting ones, and I just want to make them more organized. So with that, we have some of these guys so that we can hopefully tidy things up. MSC comes with this neat little kit that actually looks like it, I don't know exactly how this works, but it looks like it crimps the wires. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can use a vise to crimp the wires, and you can use the sides to like cut the wires short. If you don't have one of these, you can get one of these on Amazon for like 25 bucks, and they ratchet, and they're supposed to be pretty nice. I've never used this before, so we're gonna find out. It has all the wires that are pre-connected on the spark plug side here. So we're just gonna be doing the distributor side. I have to figure out which one of these works better for us. There's this bigger one, or you got a slightly smaller one here. I think we're going to go with the bigger one to fit the cap size, or the plug size on the cap side. I don't know a whole lot about the differences in these guys, so I'll have to figure out which one of those is going to work better for us. I think the dual crimp is supposed to be a little nicer, but I also have to figure out how it ends up bending then. So I don't know, just something I got to figure out and determine how I'm going to do. So yeah, that's that. Let's go take a look at the car and what's on it right now. Just gonna split these up and get this organized. This is another distributor cap for the coil wire, so we can decide if we want to just go straight in, which we'll probably do. The one that's on there now is kind of a mess. So yeah, enough talking. Let's go check this out. Alrighty, so if we look here, these wires are a little loose. They don't have any issues, obviously, running, but I'd like to clean them up a bit. And just looking back there, it'd be nice if we had the coil wire that just came up straight instead of out of the side, because it is a little mess in there. And then that coil wire is a little long. You can see it loops around. So we're gonna start. We'll start with the long ones first, and we'll cut those to size, and we will. I think we'll go from there, and see how this cleans up the bay. We're going to start with these guys. I'm going to go get one of the long wires, and then we're going to take one of these long wires. We have our coil wire here. You can tell because it's already prepared for the coil side. It's got the deeper plug on there. I'm going to set that aside. We'll do that last. I want to get these arranged in sizes from large to small, basically. Or roughly. It's fine. Small. Okay. I think we're large to small here. I did check the, this is one of the plugs that we're going to put in there. Plug fits this side. It's snug, but it fits fine. It'll be easier to put in once it's in the car. So, fits fine. We're going from a straight boot on the plug side to a right angle, 90-degree angle. So that will be a little different, but that should help to clean up the engine bay. We're going to go with this style, I believe. I don't think this is going to work on our distributor side, so we got to go with this style, and we got to go with that size, I believe. So you can go pull one of the long ones first, and we'll start there. Alright, so this is the longest one on the car. This is for the number one cylinder. I'm just going to grab the longest one here, which is quite a bit longer than what we need. I'm going to take it over to the car and determine how long we want it. I'm going to add a little bit of length onto it because we are going to need to cut it to expose the wire, similar to here. There's actually shielding on here, but you'll have your wire there. And then we're also going to need to consider the fact that we want a little play in it. So we're going to have something like this. And it's going to bend and it's going to poke out of the boot a little bit. This will look a little something like that. So we got to give ourselves some room to play and go from there. So I will go get a length on this one and we'll start cutting. Alright, so I've decided I'm going to run the wires along the valve cover on the bottom side so they're not super visible. We're going to cut this. Made my measurement there. See how this guy works. I think there's one of these is a stripper. Alright guys, so I was getting one of these cut up, this one, and I was reading online that you had to take the black protective sheathing off, but when I look on MSD's site, it's saying that you shouldn't. So I'm going to use this plug for one of the ones that are closer to the distributor. We're going to start over on a new plug here and leave that sheathing on. So start here. When you want to cut these, you want to cut about, what's it say, 1/8 of an inch. You want to have 1/8 of an inch sticking out past. So I'll cut right about there. These guys have a stripper built in. I just use it, rotate it. Come free there. Now we should be able to use this in here now. So we got about 1/8 of an inch sticking past there. Yeah, maybe a touch more, but that should be fine. And then here, I'll bring that back just a touch. Alright, that looks a little better. And with that sheathing in there, it should stay behind now. I was having trouble with it staying behind when it was removed. I'm going to use a little needle nose plier here to close that in a touch, make it easier to crimp it. Come in with this guy. I'll crimp her down. Pretty easy. And just like that, we're crimped on there pretty good. Go both ways. Hit that back side one more time. Just make sure. And that looks good. We're crimped in there. Now we need to crimp the wire inside there. Now we should be good. Should probably use needle nose plier on the next ones that we do, but just crimp that down. And now it's time for our boot. Everyone says use dielectric grease. I think this slides over easily enough, to be honest. Oh no. Alrighty guys, so I've messed this up a few times. I'm on my 3rd wire, but this is why we're starting with the long ones. So if I mess up, I can just grab a shorter wire. The ones that we messed up on, I can then use on the longer wire. So we got a couple I can use those on the shorter wire. So I got a couple messed up ones there that we'll still be able to use. Not a big deal. So let's see if we can get this right this time. Cut this one to size. I am going to do a little crimpage. Just checking out the length that I need on this one. Don't worry about there. Okay, got that out. And there. Cut this one. This one's pretty dang long. Feed that in there right like that. Use my needle nose pliers to kind of tighten this down first. Make it easier to use in the crimping tool. Now that we have it like that, we want to put the side with the little tooth there on the back side. Like that. Lined up. And just like that. It should be crimped. Crimped on there pretty good. Then we need to crimp here now. It says use a piece of needle nose pliers to crimp here. It says do not over crimp. At that rate, or at that point, you should be able to put your boot on. I'm just trying to slide this, line it up, but we can pull it on all the way. Just slide it back. And do this because we want to bend at that crimp. I'll grab it here. Further. That's how you know our crimp's good. We're yanking on it pretty good. And grab it here and bend that over. Bending over part. Never mind. I won't even say it. Getting this to bend over. It's not the easiest. There we go. Should be good. I can bend this back, pull this back through. And there we go. Our first one should be done. It took me a little while because I haven't done one yet. I was a little nervous, but I think all in all, looks good. Should plug right in. Let's go put this in the car and see what it looks like. Alright, so my goal here was to be able to run this down through here. Plug in here. Run these all down the underside of the valve cover. And I'll be able to bring it up here. Plug it in. Looks like it'll do just that. So it's kind of nice because these still even fit in the factory little wire holders there. This one's a little, maybe a touch longer than I intended, but it will be able to hide its way back here. And it'll just clean up that entire valve cover. We can remove these then as well. And it should look pretty good. So let's do the other side. Alrighty. We'll get a length on this one. And do the same thing. Got about 8 more of these to go, including the coil. Hopefully it won't take too long once you start firing right through. So we got the plug wires in, and right away it looks a lot cleaner. I did put these splitters in just to keep them off of things and help keep them on, but I think all in all it looks good. I can remove these guys because we obviously won't be using them anymore, so that'll clean it up just a touch more. All in all, it looks a lot better. It makes me want to get new decals because they're not covered up anymore, so I might do that. But there we go. We do have some other things. I have to fix a couple wires in there. I don't think I'm going to do the brake light switch today. Pretty content with how these went, and I'm going to see how it runs on these plugs that were in there, and we'll try these new wires. I'm not convinced that the plugs are bad. I think we had a wire that was intermittent connection back there, so we'll see. Alrighty guys, just like that, car's running pretty good. It does have it still has a stumble, and I'm pretty convinced now that it's because the Sniper is it seems to stumble when it drops around 13 volts charging. So I think what I need to do over the winter is get an alternator that's a little bit stronger. I think that's going to take care of my issues that I'm seeing here. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. Those plug wires look a lot better. Car seems to run pretty well with them. I may eventually do plugs as well, but I think the plug wires look awesome and really free up the engine bay of any wires. There's still a couple there that we can't get rid of, but you know, maybe we could, but not worth the effort. So that's going to be the end of this one, guys. We're going to have some, I want to do some driving videos with the GoPro before end of the season here, so you guys can kind of see and hear what it's like driving this thing for those of you that don't have them. So those videos are coming soon, but I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys liked it. I'll put links in the description for things that we use in this video. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.